Hello Army! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a very shocking story that not many people might know. So, it turns out there was a time when Jimin from BTS was scolded harshly by Bang Si-hyuk, also known as Bang PD, the CEO of hybe Entertainment. And the reason behind this incident is truly beyond what you might expect. Trust me, after hearing this story, you'll see another side of Jimin and also understand more about the intense pressure that trainees and idols face in the K-pop industry. Before we dive into this shocking story, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so you won't miss any updates about BTS. And if you're curious about behind-the-scenes stories of other BTS members, comment down below which member you'd like us to cover next. Okay, so this story happened around 2013, just a few months after BTS debuted. At that time, Jimin was really struggling with his position in the group and constantly felt insecure about his abilities. What made the situation even more complicated was the fact that he was the last member to join BTS, so the pressure to prove himself was unbelievably heavy. The incident that led Jimin to get scolded by Bang PD actually started from Jimin's obsession with perfection. We all know that Jimin is a huge perfectionist, and back then his obsession had already reached an unhealthy level. He literally spent 18 to 20 hours a day in the practice room, barely eating, barely sleeping, and pushing his body far beyond its limits. The main trigger of this incident was when Jimin secretly continued practicing choreography for an upcoming comeback, even after official practice hours had ended. Management had already set strict rules about practice schedules to ensure members' health and work-life balance, but Jimin constantly broke these rules because he felt he wasn't good enough yet. That night, around 2 a.m., the security office reported to management that there was still activity in the practice room. When they checked, they found Jimin still practicing alone, and his condition was already very concerning. He literally collapsed in the middle of practice due to exhaustion, but instead of going home, he forced himself to continue. What made Bang PD really angry wasn't the fact that Jimin was practicing extra, but that he completely ignored his own health and safety. Apparently, this wasn't the first time Jimin had done something like this. Staff had already found him multiple times practicing in dangerous conditions, and there was even an incident where he practiced until he got injured but hid it from everyone. The next day, Bang PD personally called Jimin into his office. And according to stories circulating, this was one of the rare occasions when Bang PD truly lost his temper. He wasn't just angry because Jimin broke the rules, but also because Jimin endangered himself and potentially jeopardized the entire group's future. Bang PD apparently told Jimin that being passionate about improvement was good, but self-destruction in the name of perfection was completely unacceptable. He said that if Jimin continued this behavior, he wouldn't just harm himself, but also put the other members in a difficult position because they would have to constantly worry about him. What made the confrontation even more intense was when Bang PD discovered that Jimin had been lying to staff about his condition for weeks. Jimin had hidden several minor injuries, skipped meals regularly, and even taken painkillers to mask his exhaustion during official schedules. Basically, he sacrificed his health and honesty in pursuit of what he thought was professional excellence. The most shocking part of this story was Jimin's reaction to Bang PD's scolding. Instead of being defensive or making excuses, Jimin actually broke down crying in front of Bang PD. He admitted that he was doing all of this because deep down, he still felt like he didn't deserve to be in BTS and constantly feared that he would be kicked out if he wasn't perfect. Bang PD, although still angry, apparently became more understanding after hearing Jimin's honest confession. He realized that Jimin's extreme behavior wasn't coming from arrogance or disrespect, but from deep-seated insecurity and fear of failure. This changed the whole dynamic of their conversation. What happened next really showed Bang PD's leadership style. Instead of just punishing Jimin, he actually sat down with him and had a very deep conversation about expectations, self-worth, and what it really means to be professional in this industry. He explained that being professional doesn't mean sacrificing your health, but actually means taking care of yourself so you can consistently deliver your best. Bang PD also reportedly told Jimin that the reason he was chosen to be part of BTS wasn't because he was already perfect, but because of his potential and unique qualities that complemented the other members. He emphasized that Jimin's worth wasn't determined by how many hours he practiced, but by his contribution to the group's overall dynamic and chemistry. After this incident, Bang PD actually implemented new policies to ensure all BTS members maintained proper work-life balance. practice schedules became more structured, mandatory rest periods were enforced, and a monitoring system was created to make sure no one overworked themselves like Jimin did. What's interesting is how this incident actually strengthened the relationship between Jimin and Bang PD. Many sources say that after this confrontation, Bang PD became more personally invested in Jimin's well-being and mental health. He regularly checked in with Jimin and provided guidance not just professionally, but also personally. This incident also became a turning point for Jimin's approach to his career. He began to understand that sustainable excellence was more valuable than short-term perfection achieved through self-destruction. He learned to balance ambition with self-care, and this actually made him a better performer and a better person overall. What's also remarkable is how the other BTS members reacted when they learned about this incident. Instead of being judgmental, they actually became more protective and supportive toward Jimin. They established an informal support system to ensure none of them fell into similar unhealthy patterns. From a fan's perspective, this story is very educational about the dark side of the pursuit of perfection in the entertainment industry. It shows that even successful idols like Jimin struggle with insecurity and pressure, and that success isn't worth it if it comes at the cost of health and well-being. It's also important to note how Bang PD handled this situation. Instead of being purely authoritarian, he showed real concern for Jimin's well-being and took the time to understand the root cause of his problematic behavior. This kind of leadership is one of the reasons why hybe became such a successful company. Looking back, Jimin himself is probably grateful for this tough conversation with Bang PD. It forced him to confront his unhealthy habits and develop a better relationship with work and success. And we can see the results of this growth in how balanced and professional he is now. This story also highlights the importance of having mentors and leaders who are willing to have difficult conversations when necessary. Bang PD could have easily just punished Jimin or ignored the problem, but he chose to address it head-on and help Jimin grow from it. The most inspiring part of the whole story is the transformation that happened afterward. Jimin didn't just become healthier physically and mentally, but he also became a role model for other trainees and idols about how to pursue excellence without compromising well-being. Now, when we see Jimin perform on stage with confidence and joy, it's hard to imagine that he once struggled with such intense insecurity. But that's exactly what makes his journey so inspiring and relatable to many people who are also dealing with perfectionism and self-doubt. This incident with Bang PD became one of many examples of how important proper guidance and support systems are in achieving sustainable success. And it shows that sometimes, the people who challenge us the most are the ones who care about us the most. So Army, what do you think about this shocking story? It definitely gives us a different perspective on Jimin's journey and also about the kind of pressure idols face behind the scenes. And it shows that even conflicts or difficult moments can lead to positive growth if handled with wisdom and compassion. The fact that Jimin was able to transform from someone who almost destroyed himself in the pursuit of perfection into the confident and balanced performer we know today is a testament to his resilience and also the effectiveness of Bang PD's tough love approach. If you're interested in hearing more behind-the-scenes stories about BTS members, let me know in the comments section. And don't forget to like this video if you found this story interesting and educational. Remember, the journey to success isn't always smooth, and sometimes the most difficult moments lead to the most important growth. Thanks for watching, Army. Keep supporting BTS and remember to always take care of your own well-being while pursuing your dreams. See you in the next video.